How you doing, guys? My name is David Lee, and I'm Asian with Hat.
I'm Tony Patton with Aces and Eights and 10-8 Tactical.
And you are watching Asian with Hat. If you guys really like the intro, hit that subscribe button. If you really are interested in the BodyArmorVent kits, hit the bell button.
It's been 2 years, guys, since we did our last review, and at that point in time, we were just users of the kit, and we are now representatives of the company.
And by the way, we wouldn't be part of this company if we didn't believe in the product. That's how much we actually believe in the product. And Tony, you've been running it for how long?
Just over a year now, guys, myself.
Right.
David's had his for 2 years, and since then, the company has changed its name.
Instead of ArmorVent, it's now called BodyArmorVent.
And we'll have an acronym called BAV, so you'll hear us say BAV a lot, which stands for Body Armor Vent.
Yep. So first to talk about, you know, Tony, you've been using some type of kit like this back in the day, right?
Correct, yes. I've used some type of form to help keep our body cool or your core temperature down, from mesh to looks like a spiral, like the back part of a spiral netbook. We've used that, and when it come across this, David showed me 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I started using my plate carrier more in Airsoft, and yeah, the only way to go is with this.
Right. So personally for me, like I said, I've been using this type of kit for about 2 years. This specific kit has been very useful to me, and since the name changed, I went to the new BodyArmorVent kit, and that's the only reason why. The longest I think we've seen it hold out is about 2
weeks.
No, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I've got mine 2 weeks.
Okay. The thing that they say on the manual is about 2 to 3 days. Best case scenario that I've heard until now is about 4 to 5 days.
Yeah, like I said, mine was sitting in there. I didn't realize it. I pumped it up one time and come back, and it was still there. I went to go put it on the next day. I'm like, go to pump it up. I'm like, oh, wow, it still got air. I mean, I had to pump it up a little, but it still had air.
Right.
Which was impressive.
So the design of these kits, this has no mesh over here. This is no mesh, and it's held down by Velcro. So there's a loop version, and then there's a hook version over here that you will be provided along with a bulb. And so with that said, all you got to do is, if you want to go the simple route, I personally put on 3 rows of Velcro, and then that's it. And then
I've tried myself personally. I've tried different ways, and we'll, in another video we're doing here soon, I will explain all that to you.
Right. And with that said, very simple. You know, the fact that it's just air in here, and that the front panel is just it's kind of like, it's Cordura, but it's kind of like an Adidas jacket where it's very smooth and all that water just wicks down the jacket. So it's very similar to that. So the design of the kit, before we go on anymore, this was originally designed by a law enforcement officer or sheriff, and the question he had is that what can he do to actually make himself feel a lot more comfortable and feel a lot cooler while in the patrol car or doing patrols outside.
When we're just talking about that is your soft armor, guys. As you can see, we have one in here on soft armor. So that's what your officer would wear under their clothes daily. And that was the whole premises of him, so he could stay out walking or whatever and stay cooler and last longer, because that's the whole thing. If your body gets hot, you fatigue, and you're done.
We got a lot of interesting guys or cool guys out there overseas or over the pond that are using plate carriers like Tony's or mine, and they're using it with them, and they have no problem. Especially a Special Forces guy out there that reviewed a little while back, and he said he has no problems with it. And we'll link it down in the description down below for that one. And then, so Tony, you have a plate carrier, that's the Mayflower APC?
Correct, yep.
Okay. And then this is my personal Cry AVS made by Z-Shot. And I've been running Cry AVSs over the years for about 5 years, nonstop. And then this is my personal backpack, and Tony actually has a backpack with a chest rig too.
Correct. Like I said, we just got back from Copperhead last weekend, and I ran just my chest rig and my backpack, and I had the panel on the backpack, and I said it helped me out a lot. It was hot, guys. We were at 95 degrees, so everybody was sweating their butts off. And normally I'd get to somewhere and we're going to hold up for like, 20, 30 minutes. We know we're sitting there waiting, whatever, and got an attack or something coming. I'd take my backpack off. I never had to. If I needed water or something, I'd just turn to the guy next to me and say, hey, grab me some water, and they would, because I was cool back there. I wasn't hot. So yeah, it works, guys, and it works very well.
So yeah, let's talk about, this is my personal backpack, and we would run the chest rig on here, and I actually had a friend that would use my backpack to go with his Mayflower chest rig out of Copperhead, and he wishes that he could just go buy a kit right now after just using it. We had a lot of guys that were very interested in actually having one for the backpack, not just for the chest rigs to go with the backpacks, but for people that actually like hiking, and we're definitely going to talk to our bosses and see if we can actually get a backpack version out or a single kit version out for the guys that like to do hiking or people that actually like to have one with their chest rig.
Guys, I do. I mean, it doesn't look like I like a hike, but I do.
Yeah.
And that's what I got it for my backpack, so I can do it and hike with it and all that. Guys, if you got one, if you got a whole kit, just pull the off your chest, your plate carrier, all that. Just pull one off and stick it on the backpack for right now, because we gave you enough Velcro. If not, you can go buy Velcro. You can get hold of us for extra bulbs or extra Velcro, and we'll get it to you guys. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's the whole thing. We're doing this on the airsoft side and all that, and we're also the recreational side. So it's not just for airsoft and plate carriers. It's for your backpack. They've got other things wanting to come out. We can't say yet, but you're going to really be surprised with some of the new products we got coming out with it. But yeah, guys, it's not just airsoft. It's not just law enforcement. It's a recreational period. Backpack, whatever. I mean, you got back there. I've even, believe it or not, I just heard about this recently. A guy has one, took it off his plate carrier, and he has it on for his kid. For the the little baby backpack, he has it on his baby backpack. I mean, that's neat, He's got his little kid on the back, and he's got the bag in between it. Again, like he says, and he says he's noticed a difference.
Okay, some things to actually talk about on here, things that you actually get with kids. So you'll actually get 2 sets of panels to go with it. Not only the 2 kits, you'll get the bulb, and then you'll get a big strap of Velcro that you'll just trim off, and then you'll just attach it on here. And then one thing to note, when you're actually attaching it onto your kits, make sure that you are not using it and then after putting it on. That's the worst idea. It's just the basic logic of common sense. Putting it on here when it's dry, make sure there's no dirt, and then when you put it on there, don't just yeet it off. And the reason why I say that is because you see me yeeting it off. You need to let it cure when it comes to the Velcro. So what you got to do is let it sit on there, put it on there, and then forget about it. Don't think about it.
The longer the Velcro sits on there, the better it's going to stick. It's like anything. If you just put it on there and yank it off, it's going to come. The Velcro's going to come off with it. So, and again, guys, like anything, I'll take it and go like this. I'll hold the backpack down and I'll go like that.
Yeah.
That way I'm not ripping it all off.
When you see a brochure, you're not really convinced by it, and when you listen to us, you're not going to really believe that because we're guys that are part of the company. But we have physical evidence, personally, photos.
Yes, exactly. Like I said,
Yeah.
at our place at 10-8 Tactical, our indoor place that we had, a good friend of ours is in the Army. He come down and we gave him a kit.
Yep.
And he ran. He played the whole day with us. And after about 2 hours, he took it off, and it literally looked just like the brochure.
Yeah.
You could literally see where every one of the holes was. It was dry in those lines, and he had lines that were wet right where the ribs were. I said, and it works, guys. People are like, oh, it doesn't do it to everybody. No, it doesn't do it for everybody. Depending if your shirt's bigger or looser or whatever.
Or if you sweat like crazy.
Yes, you're going to do it. But the same thing again. The premise is, it's a tactical pillow, as David calls it. You squish it, you let out, air comes out. So the same things happen here. As you're moving, the hot air is being pushed out the top because heat rises, and the cool air is being sucked in. So even if you're all sweaty and that cool air comes in, it keeps you cool. It keeps that body core temperature down. And that's what this is all about. That's what it was designed for, keeping your body core temperature down, which in return doesn't make you get fatigued and tired.
Yep.
You can last longer. That's what the whole thing's about.
Right. And we had a lot of guys at Copperhead, aside from just our little testimonials that you've heard from us, we had a lot of guys that actually bought the kit at Copperhead. I think we had like seven at Copperhead that actually bought some, and they saw a whole different expectation from it, because they bought it initially and were kind of skeptical, and then when they came back, they came to me saying, hey, it really worked out. I think one was like Casual, and then Robo Murray, which we're going to be hearing from Robo Murray soon on a review soon about the BodyArmorVent kits and how he feels about it. And he's a guy from Canada, and he flew down to actually play at Copperhead, and it was hot for him, where the dude is coming from a cold environment. One thing to also mention, when it comes to wearing it, this is not just for the summer. This is also, you could use it during the winter, because here's the thing. You're still going to be sweating a lot of stuff off. You're still going to be emitting heat, and you're still going to have some cooler air coming through and actually cooling down your body. The point of it is that you're not going to be sweating more. You're going to sweat less.
Right, because guys, what it does, like I said, we're talking about core temperature again. It basically, what this does is try to equal out your core temperature. So whether you're sweating, it's cold or whatever, it's going to work the same way. Air's going to come in, out, and it's going to regulate that body temperature, and that's what it's all about.
Right. Okay, so separate thing to talk about on here. Not only does this provide a lot of breathability, this also provides a lot of comfort. So it's really hard to show off on camera, but when you actually inflate it, you get about a quarter of an inch, somewhere
About a quarter
around
inch
there,
rise
that
on it.
much of a difference. And that's a big difference, you know, when it comes to comfort, because it still adds a little bit, and you know, compared to foam, and everyone has had this experience in the past where if you sleep on a memory foam bed, it heats up like crazy. My personal experience, you know, having to deal with foam pads in the past from cry pads or pig pontoons, they all heat up like crazy. Whereas this, there is no insulation to add to it. And
It's super thin. It's only quarter inch, guys. But again, like you said, it's the weight. And also, like he says, a pillow, literally why he says using the pillow is if I got 20 pounds on my back with that there, that actually pads. It actually puts a cushion in there.
we have guys that, you know, use these on their plate carriers that have no padding, period. And the one biggest fear that they have is when the plate carrier bounces like crazy and it hits your clavicles, you know, where your collarbone meets.
For the skinny people.
Yeah, me. And adding this on there, it actually prevents all that bouncing back and forth because it's just hitting that portion. So like I said, it's tactical pillows that breathe. And so I have friends that have like the JPC. To give you guys an example, bare bones, you put that on there and it adds a lot more comfort. It makes a whole 9-day difference when it comes to that.
Well, like I said, just like on mine, guys, look, I mean, if I pull this off here, there is nothing like on his. It's literally, it'd be all plates, concaved in here plates. So when you move, it hurts. Yes, it does. So yeah, it's a pillow. And that's why I said, everybody laughs because David calls it a tactical pillow. It really is, guys, and it works. We've had some word, can't prove it yet, haven't been able to prove it yet, that a couple guys have actually wore this and been hit in their plates and said it actually took some of the impact away because it's a pillow. You got a pillow there. So until we can get that proven, that's something to think about, guys.
Right. Okay, so yeah, there's plenty of uses out of it. You know, for my side, definitely useful for airsoft, definitely useful for all the other recreational stuff with hiking and all that.
You got law enforcement, military that it's used for, security, personal classes. If you're at the range teaching, I wear plates with a red vest when teaching a class, and I have it on there, guys.
Yep.
I use it at 10-8 Tactical on my vest there too.
Yep. So I think that's it. We're going to be doing a little instructional video very soon to show off how to actually install it. And like I said, it's a very simple thing. We just throw on Velcro on there, slap it on there, and it's very simple. So we'll show that off very soon just to actually show off for you guys how simple it is. My name is David Lee, and I'm Asian with Hat.
I'm Tony Patton with Aces and Eights and 10-8 Tactical.
If you guys really like this video, be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to Asian with Hat. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Later, guys.